in the mud.
Plus, I'm sleepy. So I want to say this real quick about how this all began. So we can get this shit straight, because this going back and forth with
Yeah,
not gonna work. What you Girl, stop playing.
I'm so serious.
You can't hear me?
No, I mean they said they could hear you. Is this Mark coming in? Swipe left to reveal comments and reactions.
Yeah, they can hear me. I don't know why you can't hear me. It is up, Mo. Ross, you on mute.
We can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. So we ready to get the story out here, how this began with Kiwana?
Yes, and she, came for me in the comments.
Cause y'all going back and forth. That's that ain't nothing but the devil, and that shouldn't be happening right now, especially on live on Facebook. We all got to work together, because the bigger story is about Naziah. But anyway, Kiwana came to me and said she needed some advice. That is true. So Kiwana began telling me the story about Annette's sister that had came over to the house, and she let her daughter stay over there. And Kiwana told me the story about what had happened over there in Annette's house or whatever with the kids. So I said, well, Kiwana, I said, you know how I am. I'm going to go on Facebook Live. I'm going to blow this shit out the water if I find out that this is true or whatever. So I'm going to call Annette's sister and verify this story. So I did exactly that. I called Annette's sister. I said, let me speak to your daughter. She put her daughter on the phone. I asked her the story of what I heard had happened over there at Annette's house. She confirmed that had happened to her, aka by Jarvis. And I said, okay. So I called Kiwana back. I said, Kiwana, I'm about to put this shit on Facebook. I'm about to blow it wide open. And she said, okay, cuz, do what you gonna do. I said, now you sure now? And Kiwana said, yeah, I ain't into getting into that media stuff and all of that stuff. So I said, okay. So when I went on Facebook, I blew it out the water with Shannon. And Marquita tried to take up for her, calling me a liar, and I didn't know what I was talking about, and blah, 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 blah.
One second, where was I at?
You was still in Texas. You didn't even know nothing about this except for what was going on Facebook.
Right, okay.
So this was in January of 2023. So this was a whole year before this even got exposed. So Kiwana's coming over to the house. I'm going back and forth with Kiwana trying to get this stuff resolved. She was telling me about Vari. Vari had got put out the house. So I told Kiwana, I said, well, contact Vari and let Vari, I got a place for him to stay. He can stay here with me, and he can go to school from here, and he'll be all right or whatever. And she never would give me his phone number for me to talk to Vari. Vari know who I am, just like Naziah know who I am, because I would go over in that house constantly, and see them or whatever. Vari's birthday is the same day as your brother's birthday. So I always gave Vari money on his birthday, so Vari know who I am. She would never put me in contact with Vari, never brought Vari over to the house so I could help Vari and really, kind of dig into Vari and see if he knew anything what was going on over there at the house was true, because I went over there all the time. And to be truthful, the last time I saw Naziah, every time I would go over there, I would hug Naziah. She was just this happy little girl. And like the last couple of times I went over there to see her, there was a change in her. And I thought maybe it was just because she was coming into her teenage years. And then the last time I saw Naziah, she was really withdrawn. But I would have never thought in a million years that was what was going on over there. So with Kiwana bringing me that story and stuff, I went off on Facebook Live with Shannon and them, and I told Shannon, I said, so you'd rather have a child molester over there and around everybody, and this man is a child molester? I said, I don't understand what's going on. She's telling me to mind my business, this and that. But the real story is that Kiwana said that she didn't want to be on Facebook with none of this stuff. She didn't want to be in the media with none of this stuff. So when you came, me and you talked about it or whatever, I was like, well, Nazia's going to need a voice. And then that's how you end up taking over the story or whatever. So I don't understand the back and forth as far as what Kiwana is talking about, because she didn't want to do it. We needed somebody to be the voice in the family. You got time to do it. So I don't see what the big problem is. I don't understand why y'all going back and forth right now, why Kiwana is lashing out. Kiwana didn't want to do none of this. And she had a chance to do all of this.
So now I feel like I need to say something, right? Because number one, when my name was inserted into this conversation tonight, it was in regards to Roxy being in my space. And yeah, just like Roxy said, I asked her to be a part of the media team, you know what I mean, because of her interest in journalism, as she met me, seen the studio, and seen all of the shit that I was into, right? So, but my wonder is, why is there such of an interest in how close of friends me and Roxy have became over this period of time by
Because
her?
people have gotten jealous.
Because this ain't the first time. This ain't the first time that this notion has been put on the table, or not only put on the table, but came out of the mouth of this individual for some reason. And I wonder why that is, you know, when she had such of, you know, for one thing, was so adamant on wanting to come over my studio, and not wanting to come over my studio for an interview, right? Because when she had the opportunity to come over for an interview, she declined. Okay.
What you trying to say?
And
She's
then,
trying to hit it?
huh?
She's trying to hit it? She's trying to get something?
Okay, so I'm just gonna go here with this from that question. So Roxy, how many times was it that you were in the car with me when somebody called me? And what was the climate of the conversation?
Oh, so she was on the whole prowl. She was on the whole prowl. Oh,
So
damn.
I was trying to figure out
Might as
why
well
was it
have
that she
been no
would why did it go from her attempting to try to be so fucking close to me to being jealous apparently of how close me and Roxy had gotten to now when I'm nowhere near the motherfucking radar of the equation of the conversation that's going on. Now I'm being brought back up on me and her's relationship.
Somebody
What the fuck
dreaming about
do
you.
that got to do with any motherfucking thing? When I asked her and Janelle about coming to my podcast, right? Guess what? Janelle wanted to do it. But guess who didn't? Guess why it didn't happen initially? Because somebody else didn't want to show her face on social media. Okay. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 podcast episodes later, you know, when we talking about interviewing for this and interviewing for that, then this individual comes out and say, oh, well, I want to do an interview. And then when I say, all right, well, let's come do the interview. No, I changed my mind. I don't want to do the interview.
Yeah, that's her.
And then fast forward to now when Fox 2, and guess what? When the interview that Roxy did, when she did the Fox 2 interview, when she was on the west side, I called her and I said, hey, Fox 2 about to meet me on the east side to do an interview. You want to come over there? And she like, yeah. So I called her to like, she didn't even know nothing about the Fox 2. I called her, and after I left, when I told y'all I'm about to drop this bombshell on Fox 2, when I left, Roxy pulled up after I was gone. So we didn't even meet there. So I said all of that to say it was after now that Roxy get on the news story that catapulted her to this YouTube type documentary shit that now other people want to come out and show their face. And it was almost as if now that Roxy is getting the notoriety and being seen as the face of Nazia, now somebody else want to come out and be seen and show their face as, oh look, it was us, we the family members. But where was all of this motherfucking motion at in the beginning when the motion was happening?
And let me say this. Let me
September.
Hold on. Let me make this real clear to all these people out here talking about Roxy is not related, blah blah blah. Let me straighten y'all out right now. I am Annette's cousin, We are first cousins. It ain't like we want to be related to these nasty motherfuckers. No way. Who wants to claim them? We don't want to claim them. We don't want no clout from family members that's cut like that.
At all.
So unfortunately, we are blood related to them. Annette and I are first cousins. The twins and Annette kids are first cousins to Roxy, my daughter. Roxy is my daughter. So we are unfortunately related to them nasty, sloppy motherfuckers over there on the east side. We related to them. We don't want to be, but we are. So let me set that clear.
So, and the reason why I went over there, I went to Kiwana house the one time, right? And it was to have a conversation with her to get information to see what the fuck she knew about the ID, right? The ID that was found on the west side somewhere. And I'm like, she seemed to know a little bit too much or not enough. Like, what the fuck? So let me go talk to her. And this is my first time meeting her. And I'm just trying to not only get the information, but probe the energy of this personality of this person that I'm getting this energy from, this information from. So now I went from there to now this motherfucker trying to, where you stay at? Where you stay? Why the fuck do you want to figure out where we're not friends that you're just going to casually pull up at my house and chill? I don't have time like that. Do you know how many motherfuckers blow me down every day to just talk sweet nothings? I don't have fucking time to get to know nobody that I don't have time to get to know.
She want to get to know you.
With no reason to get to know you.
She wants you.
She wants to know that
her cousin next to you.
She wanna go to Texas. She wanna hold on.
She wanna pop your ass. Damn.
It's in Springfield with the dogs in Springfield.
Wow. Damn.
They're eating the cats and they're eating the dogs.
Yeah, I'm Roxy's mother. I sure am.
How y'all see the comments? I can't see them.
They're at the bottom. You gotta hit the words. But
motherfuckers following me and then they're gonna follow you and tell you how much they don't like me. Like you ain't gonna say shit. Man, fuck you.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah, all I'm saying is I don't know how this stuff got going on live between you and Kiwana, but the bigger story is Naziah, and I don't know. It
got going because Kiwana decided to come onto my live and ask me what was my point of saying that they were trying to disguise and turn their backs to the camera and disguise their voices. Now, when I originally saw it, I ignored it. But then she came and said it again. So then I addressed it. Then furthermore, she wanted to take it and ask me where was I at in September and tried to say that I had knowledge of the abuse that was going on in September.
You know Kiwana a little slow.
I don't give a damn. I don't know why she came on my live. I don't know why she came for me. Just like how I know Kiwana is cut, she already know that how I'm cut. She already know that I'm not going to back down and I'm going to speak on it. So she put her foot in her mouth. She came on her live and embarrassed the dog shit out of herself. And that's why she ain't on the goddamn live. And then when I asked her if you had knowledge in September, everybody knew where I was at in September. Everybody knew when I got here. Okay? Everybody knew when I got here. So what were you doing? What noise were you making in September to January when Naziah was still in the house? She could not answer the question. She decided to come after me.
Oh, on live.
On live. So she did that to herself. And when I asked her, since your style is pulling up on people and being Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, how come you didn't use your Mortal Kombat skills to go over there and do some Kung Fu and some Jiu-Jitsu on their ass to get Naziah out the house?
He wanted to pull up on nobody but her siblings.
Okay, so when I asked her Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu, Mortal Kombat ass, she didn't have no answers. So I don't know why she came.
Everybody.
Well, all I'm saying is if she is still on here, this needs to cease. And the bigger picture is Naziah, so cut the stuff out. You know, we all supposed to be sticking together to fight for her and keep her name alive. and basically
I
you
can't
not doing it.
stick
So
together with
Roxy
nobody
had to
who
do
hiding
it.
secrets.
Huh? You said what?
I can't stick with nobody who hiding secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she has that Stockholm syndrome, and she a little slow, so.
Stockholm syndrome ain't Stockholm syndrome when you know about something that you know that it's wrong and you know that you hide it. That ain't no Stockholm.
Yeah. Well, when you raised up to shut your mouth and be quiet, that's why I be telling y'all don't be telling my grandkids to stop tattletelling, because when you tell kids to stop tattletelling when they little, they don't know how to tell when they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give her a pass. She's slow.
I will not. Sorry, will not.
And then somebody talking about back to the baby, sir. I caught that comment. Somebody back to the baby. We're talking about what the fuck else could be said about Nasiah right now. But where the fuck is she? We're talking about what we're talking about right now. You must have been one of the
Exactly.
motherfuckers that don't like
I made that very clear on the live. I said I was coming on here to kick it. We could talk about whatever we wanted to talk about. It wasn't this was a kick it.
Yeah, that was
live.
some fraudulent ass motherfucker that don't like me and shit. That just don't want to hear what I got to say. You can get the fuck off this bitch. I don't give a fuck if it's Roxy's page. She added me to the live. Now shut the fuck up and listen to what I got to say. I'm gonna talk rude as shit on this bitch now, because I know that's what people don't like. You can kiss my ass now.
Well, Kiwana might do that now. She on here. Kiwana, where you at? Mark wants somebody to kiss his ass. She might kiss all parts of you. You keep on.
That's what she sounded like. She wanted to do on the phone.
Not no motherfucker in the goddamn city would be talking about this little girl if it wasn't for me. A motherfucker got the nerve to tell me that they don't like what the fuck I'm doing.
Well, you know what? We between my daughter and I, we appreciate that, because without.
I mean, I know that, man. I know that, man. I'm talking to all these fat motherfuckers sitting at home on the sidelines on the internet and ain't doing a goddamn thing, but talking about what the fuck we doing.
Damn. Yeah, we are grateful for that, because she went nationwide. Everybody knows her name. And you know what? It'd be a good idea to get the street named after Nasiah, get Nasiah's name on that street. We should kind of see if we can make that happen, get her name put on that street over there. Unfortunately. So if anybody know how we can do that, let us know.
Not did he get all the baby oil? Oh my.
She talking, hold on, I'm fat, Mark. I love the fat. I just
Somebody
don't
say
like.
she can't pull up for justice for Nasiah, but she can pull up for Mark's dick. Ain't that something?
Damn.
And don't get me wrong. I love fat women. Y'all stupid. Come on, man. Let's not turn.
Baby, she was real soft spoken on that phone. Hey, Mark.
Let's not turn this into Mark After Dark on your page, okay?
Yeah,
Let's
we
not do
might
that.
as well. It's 10 o'clock.
Came out with anything about the charges that they are pressing. It's like they didn't went silent, but hopefully we'll hear something soon, because we're gonna be all out there in front of that courthouse protesting again, raising noise about Nasiah, and if we don't get no update or nothing, that's for sure.
Well, y'all can call it mental in Stockholm. I ain't going for it. Ain't going for it at all.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It might be.
Especially if you slow.
They might be.
And some of them gambles are slow. They slow.
That might be very true, but
Yeah, I mean, and then we had a male cousin that said that his child was touched by one of her and that son. You remember that? You know what male cousin I'm talking about? That male cousin should have reported it, and he didn't even report it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was in Mark Live.
That was just the climate of that whole family. That was just the climate of the household.
He didn't even report that had happened to a child. The question is, why didn't you go report that had happened to your child? You know why he didn't? Because that was a family member. That's why.
Like sex trafficking was the family business.
Over there.
I ain't going for it.
If
I ain't gonna
Shannon, if Shannon filed something against him, she did it to try to save her ass. But it's too late. She can't save her ass. She's already in the mix of it.
Shannon filed that bull crap because Jarvis said denied that baby. That's why she filed that bull crap.
He denied what baby?
He denied that last baby, the son, some son.
The little boy, Saeed.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's his name. That's why she did that. I feel like it's a cover up, but you can ask the what's the name is on her page talking about denying our son. Clear
wow
day.
Wow, and that's all she care about, huh?
Like ain't no way. I ain't falling for them. They know what the hell they doing. Stockholm or not, mental illness or not, they ain't goddamn slow. They don't got no mental illness. They don't got no damn Stockholm. I don't give a damn if they was being told to shut up or what and all that other stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they was told not to fuck with a goddamn pedophile, but she kept doing it. I'm pretty sure she was told not to do certain things, but she kept doing it. I'm pretty sure mama said don't do drugs, but you did it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Annette probably didn't say none of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Annette is the biggest dummy of them all.
They know what the hell they was goddamn doing. Ain't no way. And if they didn't know what they was doing, they wouldn't be working so hard to try to cover the shit up. They working triple time. Somebody, and it ain't just one person. It's select people. Whoever it is, it's got to be more than one person. It can't just be one person working alone. I do not believe that it's one person working alone. It has to be several people that's involved. Then they are working triple time to make sure that the truth does not get unveiled about Naziah.
Well, like I said, when I first went on live with Mark, they had plenty of time to do whatever they needed to do. They had plenty of time to do whatever they needed to do after her disappearance.
Plenty of time. They knew what the hell they was doing, and whoever they went and reported it to probably had something to do with it too. Oh, we gonna say this and this and that. Hell, the psychics even said it was planned out. Why don't nobody want to believe what the psychics is saying? And I'm not talking specifically about Tammy. They said that shit. The psychics even said that it was more than one person. That was in February, March, April, when they was pulling cards. The 3 women that's overseas.
I was just about to say, the only psychics that I can say that has any credibility was the ones that came out and did the reading before I even did my podcast. And when my podcast came out, it confirmed a lot of the things that they said.
Yeah,
so, and
I agree.
I feel like that's the reason why a lot of these new readers have tapped into this case, is because they did their research on it and they found the episodes where I talked about it, or even I showed some of the details. I showed the videos of the psychics that put on YouTube, and it confirmed that their readings was accurate as fuck. So that's the reason why all of these psychics that came out now, from all of them, they all just sound like remixed, regurgitated, re-rock versions of the stories that came out from the original psychic that was on my podcast.
Thank you. I said the same thing.
They just re-rocked this story, added in some comments from social media and shit that people from social media told them and shit, and just, came up with their theory, right? Of what it is, and painted a picture that you know what I mean? Because it's easy to paint a landscape of Detroit, just knowing that you're talking about water and trees and railroad tracks and all, like little certain shit, man, that it's going to be everywhere in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's easy to kind of paint a picture and say this area that look like this and this type of house, but we got the same type of 3 different types of houses in Detroit. You know what I mean? So it's I don't know, man. I just couldn't take none of the psychics that came out afterwards too serious about none of the readings and the shit that they was putting on the floor.
I agree with you, Mark, because all you got to do is go back and watch videos and listen to everything. You going to come up with some stuff.
Yeah. You know, come up with your own theory on shit. Go look at some areas. Go Google Map some areas where they, you know,
But
where
I
we
will
talked about
say,
already.
now I will say this one thing, right? With Roxy, she had talked to a psychic. This psychic said certain things, and we didn't tell nobody nothing about it. And Tammy did mention some of the same things that this other psychic said, but we never told anybody that this was already told to us, especially about the gray car. And when Tammy tapped in on that gray car, that was a little shocking. So, and me and Roxy never told anybody that another psychic that Roxy was talking to had said something about a gray car.
I
Right
never.
now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I only seen so much of Tammy's lives, so I can't probe or confirm or whatever, you know, anything that she said. Because y'all know I was getting blown down with so many different psychics and readers and psychics trying to give me readings and all other kind of shit, man. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck all of these Dion fucking Warwick, Miss Cleo ass shit. I'm not talking to none of them. I ain't listening to none of them. I'm just going to stick to what I know and wait for the damn results of the trial to come out. You know what I mean? Because I'm not about to search. I'm done with that. And yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm just waiting on the results of the trial and anything else that may come out from, you know, from the authorities.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just give Tammy her props on that part, though. She did hit on that great car. Now, some of the things, some of the other stuff, I don't know if she really came up with that part because it was said in some of the things already, but she did hit point on that great car.
Yes, I will back that up and say she definitely did, because when I started working with a separate psychic, I had known about a gray car. I was trying to find the gray car, but I was trying to find the gray car on the east side. So when I went over there to Indiana and I saw gray cars, but I didn't think anything of it because that was like way in February. But again, I hadn't said anything because at that point I didn't know who I could tell what to, because it was so much stuff, you know, coming out. But then when I went over there and I knocked on the man's door and introduced myself and, you know, told him who I was and and the reason why I was over there, and Tammy had said the name and he said his name, and I was like, well, that's all right.
Yeah, and I only felt like, you know, I don't know about that part. I mean, I'm not discrediting her, but we just don't know if somebody from Michigan was feeding her information.
I mean, yeah, but what information would have been fed about this specific street and about this specific man that just so happened to have a gray car? And when I opened the gray car, it's just so happened to look like something was in the back seat. So I understand that psychics and mediums, we would have been found by now. It's personal. And it might have be some outsiders that have something to do with it, but my beliefs is it's personal and it's with them over there. Who was you talking about, crybaby name? I feel like now they saying, oh, well, stop this and stop that and this and that, because now fingers is pointed over to them as to why they didn't step up to the goddamn plate. Straight up. And it's not pointing the finger or the blame game, but it's like, damn, they came to y'all personally, both of y'all.
So yeah, I didn't commentate on this one, give my opinions on this video because I want to leave space for you guys. I want you guys to comment and let me know what you guys think of this video because I have a lot of thoughts about this video. I want to see what you guys think about it. So y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Yeah, I'm out.